And hello everybody. Today I'm going to finally make a video I wanted to do for a while now, because when I moved I got myself a Christmas present. So you can see how long I have wanted to do this video, because I still haven't unwrapped my Christmas present. And it is as simple as this huge light board. I've had a light box for... Well, when I started my animation studies, I got me a light box in 2010, and I really call it a light box because it was a box with a daylight bulb in it, which you had to put in the electrical socket and switch it on. And this worked for, well, I've used it just until recently, before I moved to Berlin. And when I moved, I decided it would be time to get an LED light board, because I wanted to have something that's flat, that's easily storable, because the box was kind of clunky, even though it was still perfectly fine after over 10 years of usage. And so I decided to gift away my old light box to a new artist, a new student. I just gifted it to the first person who needed it, and she was very happy that she got that light box for free. And I bought myself this one. So I went with Huion because I know these from the tablets. I've worked with several projects where we worked on Huions, although I have a Wacom at home, so I know this name. No other specific reason why I chose this one, just because I know the name. And I changed also up the size because I had a DIN A4 light box, and even though I rarely work larger than DIN A4, I think it's nicer to have really a flat surface where you can put your palm down, so you don't have anything obstructing you. And just in case I want to go bigger, because you know I might want to go bigger, I got the big one. So let's unbox this one, and I will try for the first time an LED light board. You know, the worst thing about not opening a package until this late is I couldn't even give it back if it were broken now. Kind of a stupid thing to do. Huion website. The power supply is in there. And I would say that this, oh, it's really well packaged. It even has little corner protections and stuff. What is this? We'll have to find out what this does, what this is for. Maybe to clip my paper onto the board? That would be nice. So let's take this one out. Put the box away. Yeah. So this is the whole board. I'd say this is the power plug-in, power switch. So now for the power supply cables. Ooh, this is a little bit smashed, the box, a little bit crushed. That's okay, as long as this is okay. I think cables are quite good. So this one is also with an electrical socket. Saves me from using up a USB port on my laptop if I want to watch movies or whatever while I'm drawing. So let's plug it in. Welcome to the cable chaos under my desk. So I'm just going to take this one, and I'm going to pull the cable up here under my desk. That's going to be okay. And it's plugged in. The cable is long enough. So that was me just now. My tripod fell down, and somehow the edge of my phone holder got to the plate, so it seems to be very fragile. So yeah, take care of your stuff. This is my fault. Can't blame anybody else. So, I mean, I could not read the instructions on how this thing works, but my guess is you push a button to turn it on, and you push the same button to turn it off. And maybe you push the button for longer if you want to dim it. Let's find out. So pushing the button turns it on, pushing it again turns it off. If I push it and I keep my finger on it, it's going to dim it up and dim it down and turn it off. So you see, quite simple, quite easy. I am a little bit annoyed that I'm already made a little scratch on the surface. So the surface is very sensible. I think it's sensitive, not sense and sensibility. I know it's sensitive. Huion and sensibility. Anyway, yeah, that's my scratch. I have to live with it, but it's okay. I still want to know what this is. I'm going to unbox it, unpack it for you, so you can clearly see what it is. So, I mean, it seems like the perfect tool to scratch my surface even more, but it is padded on the inside. So my guess is this is to clip paper onto the board. I cannot think of another usage for this than clipping paper onto the board. If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. Now, of course, we have to test the board, how well it transfers images. So I had a drawing a few weeks back, I think. So I finally found my little drawing. You might remember this from another video. I think when I showed my workspace, I already had drawn this one. And I want to see if I can transfer this onto thicker paper and then make a watercolor, or I might try to make a gouache painting out of this. These tentacles are always good for gouache painting, and I wanted to practice gouache anyway. Let's see how thick the paper can be for transferring this image. So here's my drawing. I have my light pad on. If I use a normal printer paper, with printer paper it's quite easy to see through, but I guess the watercolor paper is too thick. Yeah, you can see it slightly, but it's really... Can I bump this up? No, I can bump it down. Oh, I can make this even a little bit more. So yeah, I think I would have to put a curtain over my window, because if I put a shadow on there, I can see the drawing through onto the watercolor paper. So I've done my transferring. This now took me 5 minutes to transfer. It's quite an easy motif, and you don't have to be really exact, but at least like that. I really just took 5 minutes and didn't have to resketch it. I'll say my final review on this now for this first drawing is transferring on watercolor paper. Thick watercolor paper is difficult but possible. I would say it would be best if, for example, this sketch is also made on thicker paper. It's a Bristol paper. Don't worry, it's a very cheap, bad quality Bristol paper I got years ago, and it's really not suitable for ink, so I only use it for pencil. So what I would suggest is, if you plan on using a transferring method with a light pad, or at least with this model, do your sketch on very thin printer paper, because this paper is already thicker, so there's less resistance for the light. And it is possible to do it on watercolor paper, but maybe if you have this charcoal transferring paper, this is also a good method to use in that one. The downside to using transferring paper is that you always have to touch up the sketch in the end before you can start painting, inking, or whatever you want to do with the thing you transferred. So in the end, it comes down to just using the pad, trying out what it's possible with. So far I'm satisfied, and I guess it's going to be nice having a pad like that around. So it's going to be easier to store than my old light box. And yeah, I'm going to leave you now and go see what I'm going to do with that little drawing I just transferred. I think I'm going to practice some gouache drawing. So, foreshadowing. The next video might be gouache drawing. So see you next time. Bye!